Pepsid Complete knows that food is one of the best parts of game day. That is, until heartburn strikes. Thankfully, just one chewable tablet of Pepsid Complete provides dual-action heartburn relief with an antacid that starts working instantly and an acid reducer that lasts all day. So you can stay focused on that second helping of chili without worrying about heartburn. All day based on 8-hour symptom relief studies during the day. Use product only as directed.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. You'll get 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with the welcome offer of 150,000 points, your business can soar to all new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Meet Factor, your loophole in the laws of mealtime. Chef-crafted meals delivered with a tap, ready in just 2 minutes. You know what's even smarter? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Factor is dietitian approved, chef prepared, and you plated. Pretty smart, huh? Refresh your routine and eat smart with Factor. Learn more at factormeals.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Jacob Minter. Good job with the shot, and the Slough Jets have taken the lead on the power play. With the shot force goal. No need to save from Lorde, and Campbell finds himself in, and it's 3-1 to the Chelmsford Chieftains.
Hello and welcome to Zero Pucks Given, the UK Ice Hockey Podcast. We're in partnership with the Hockey Art Co. Hockey clothing for hockey people, worn by the best and hated by the rest. Listeners to Zero Pucks Given get a 10% discount off everything site-wide at hockeyartclothing.co.uk when you use the code ZP10. We're also in partnership with Manscaped, the globally recognised male grooming brand, where you can get 20% off of all of their products from manscaped.com when you use the code ZeroPucks20. And we are also on the Sports Social Podcast Network, the largest sport podcast network in Europe, boasting over 500 podcasts from more than 20 different sports, including little old us here in the UK talking about hockey. This is episode 154, and we are going to continue to talk about hockey with the lad who's been playing in this country now for almost a couple of years. His second appearance, as soon as he changed clubs, he reached out and wanted to come back on. I was absolutely delighted to do so. We've kept in touch ever since he was playing in the UK from the start. Damon Porter, how you doing, Damo?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you again for having me.
You are very, very welcome, sir. Well, we've been trying to get this organised for it's going on months now, actually, I think, because you were announced at Streatham just before Christmas, because the announcement was you in your Christmas jersey. And then, of course, last night was put off by Canada getting that late empty goal win to take over Finland to meet the USA on Thursday. So, I mean, the Four Nations you've been enjoying so far?
Yeah, it's been good from what I've been able to watch, I guess, with the time zone change and all that. But no, I usually get the YouTube recap on the way to work on the train. So yeah, it's been really exciting to watch. I'm happy they've done it. It's a lot better than the All-Star game, that's for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. And as we saw from the USA-Canada game, it's a lot more physical than the All-Star game.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. I think a lot of those guys have been waiting too long to get back on the ice against each other. So yeah, it's nice to see that, and then also see that they're bringing the Olympics back as well. So yeah, it'll only get better from here, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not one of the reasons, because it's just so many reasons why I was so glad that you reached out after you were announced at Streatham. Well, since you were last on, I don't think that anybody else in UK hockey has had more happen to them than you since you were last on. I mean, you went all the way in the playoffs with Chelmsford, scoring in the final before claiming the trophy. Summer off, I know Chelmsford fans were expecting you to be re-announced. It didn't happen. But in that time, you got engaged, you got a dog, you're going to be a dad, you've got a job in this country now. it's just mind blowing, mate. Everything that's gone on in literally the last 8 months.
Yeah, it's been a very a very chaotic 8 months in a lot of ways. Definitely grown up in a lot of aspects, I guess, outside the rink. Not engaged yet, but we're
my bad.
itching there. No, you're all right. Everything but yeah, no. It's been a chaotic summer, I guess, to say the least. Obviously, I think I was expecting to be back in Chelmsford as well. I guess, yeah, not much you can do when you're not getting contacted by a coach and everything. So, obviously was quite upset about that. I think it was kind of the reason why I took some time away from the rink as well, just to kind of get my head straight with it. Definitely fell in love with being a Chieftain and, the fans as well there. They were top class, in my opinion. Always loved playing in front of them at the Riverside. It's been nice to have a few games back there as well since joining Streatham. You can just feel the energy in that rink every time you step foot. And it's a bit different being on the opposing side of things, though. It was definitely a bit of a shock, but was happy to silence them for a few minutes in that Cup semi-final game, I think it was, about a month ago now. So
yeah, I think you scored the first goal, didn't you? I think in the first leg.
Yeah, no, that felt good for sure. But yeah, no, a lot has definitely changed. Obviously expecting our firstborn. So yeah, over the moon, excited about that. Yeah, working as well. So it's been an experience for sure. Definitely made myself at home here.
You have, and I mean, as you know, obviously the Chelmsford fans welcomed you with open arms, and I'm sure the Streatham fans have done exactly the same. There's a lovely bunch of people down there.
Yeah.
But they're. I mean, let's go back now to the end of last season then with the playoffs, because we've not really spoken to one of the Chieftains lads that was involved in that so far this season. So it was. I don't know how to say it. I don't think the writing was on the wall, not from the very start of the weekend, especially like look at the start of the semi-final, going down early to a short-handed goal and then going down again on the power play. For me, being up in the commentary gantry, I think it was the 3 goals in 70 seconds against Slough that put Chelmsford's name on that trophy. Mm-hmm. What was it like in the group over that weekend? Did you go with expectancy?
Yeah, I think, and I think the last 6 games heading into that weekend, I felt like we really picked it up a notch. Everyone was just kind of clicking on all cylinders. Obviously, the Bartletts were doing what they do best. The whole team is just heading in the right direction. I think going into that weekend, I don't think there was one guy on that team that didn't believe we could walk out of that weekend with a trophy. And I think that really showed against Slough. Obviously, with the score, that wasn't something I don't think anyone was expecting. But yeah, you could just feel it. It felt like, we were just unstoppable that weekend. We didn't think anybody was going to get in our way. I think, the Seoul and Streatham game caught us off guard for sure. But, I think we did a good job of not letting that kind of alter our mindset as well heading into Slough. We knew we had to get through them to even have a chance on the Sunday. And, obviously we took care of business Saturday night. And, obviously it was a real honor and excitement, I guess, to win a trophy with all those guys. It definitely was a happy ending to a really good season with them.
Yeah, I think I was on a couple of podcasts leading up to it, and obviously also we were speaking about it on here, but I didn't tell anybody my predictions. I had written them down and I'd spoken to people privately, but I was the only person who called the whole weekend. Mm-hmm. I called that Solent would beat Streatham, that Chelmsford would beat Slough, that would be the final and Chelmsford would take it home. So I wasn't overly surprised when it worked out that way because I thought it would happen that way. But it was a fantastic weekend. And as you said, you got yourself a goal in the final as well. I think you got the second goal from a quite close range. Mm-hmm. But I loved your celebration off in one skate and up to the crowd. It was fantastic. Yeah,
I thought I'd try and get the crowd on their feet for that. It was. I think I was telling someone before the game, if I score no matter what, I'm going to do it. Might as well as a championship game. Obviously, it would have been nice to have a bar down shot or something like that to do something like that. But I'll take what I can get, especially in a final.
Absolutely. And I mean, when you were on before, we spoke about your first reaction to some of the rinks in the UK. Solent, obviously, being one that we did speak about. What about Ali Pali?
Yeah, I actually really liked it. I think I didn't know what to expect going into it. I think I've had that perspective with a few rinks. I've learned just not to have any too high or too low expectations. But yeah, I really liked Ali Pali. Everything about it, the atmosphere in there obviously helps, no matter where you are. So I think everything about it, yeah, it was really fun playing in that rink. Definitely different than what we were used to all year. So I think it was good. Helped us out.
Yeah, I think when I put pictures online, a lot of the people's comments on it weren't, oh, look at these games, look at these goals. It was, oh my God, where is that barn? It looks amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Even some people from back home in Canada, they were kind of keeping up and seeing some photos, and they were all commenting on the barn as well. They thought it was a really, really cool design.
Yeah. So as you say, you go into, as you say, a bit of a chaotic summer, and I mean, we're not sort of throwing shit to the wall to see what sticks. We're not trying to be controversial for the sake of being controversial. But a lot of people will know in this country the way it works is that the coach or the club will generally reach out early doors to the roster that they want for the following season. And you say you didn't get contacted.
Yeah, I think at the start of the summer, I was told about a week after playoffs had ended that I was wanted to return, and I think within 30 seconds I replied, 100%, I'm in. And then, yeah, conversation kind of just went cold from that point on. Never got a return text or call. So obviously I was pretty frustrated with that, just given, I flew across the world to join a team. And whenever I do something like that, I put my heart and soul into it and don't ever want to change or anything. So even at first joining Streatham, it was quite hard. But no, those guys have been just top class, absolutely amazing in every way of welcoming me and, accommodating to obviously my hectic life outside the rink. And, I couldn't have fallen into better arms and everything. But yeah, obviously was quite upset with how, it all was handled in Chelmsford. I think just being from Canada, it's our sport, and it's looked upon as a privilege to play, no matter where you play or who you play for, and everyone's treated with respect, whether you're wanted or not. You're always informed way ahead of time, and we've had people move to Canada from this side of the pond, and if they're not wanted back, they're given a lot of time to find the right accommodations and sort that out. So I just found it a bit disrespectful in a few ways, and I've definitely live and learn and forgive. Don't hold any grudges or anything like that. I got too much going on to do that anyways. But yeah, definitely, I was quite upset for a while about it. I think my missus has done an amazing job of, keeping my head level and giving me other things to focus on as well outside of hockey. So it's been really good, in those aspects. But yeah, I definitely fell in love with being a Chieftain and playing in front of those fans. It was truly special, and definitely made the decision not to play a lot harder. But I felt like I truly needed just a break from everything that had gone on that summer. But yeah, no, I think now definitely looking back at it, I'm just thrilled to be back on the ice. That's really all that matters to me, just having fun with it at this point, and got bigger things going on as well outside of it. Obviously having a kid, so it's been a good just release for all that sort of stress and those things. So yeah, no, I've enjoyed Streatham a lot though. They've done everything and more than I could ask for in terms of accommodating. It's an unreal group of guys in the room. You can just tell. I think the first week I was there, I could see why they win so much and why they've been such a dominant force in this league. It's a team first mentality, for whether it's training staff or coach, all the boys, everybody has the same goal in mind, and we all obviously have jobs outside of the rink, but when you're at the rink, it's a business trip, but everybody gets along as well in a really close way, and it's made everything just really, really easy and enjoyable. I've really loved it there as well. But yeah, definitely not. If you asked me a year ago, this is what would be going on, I probably would have told you you're crazy. But yeah, here we are. Yeah,
like you say, that's the unexpected part of it, really, because I think a lot of people, as you said, would have just expected you to return to Chelmsford for the following season. And we did speak towards the start of the season when you hadn't been announced by anybody, because I said to you it would just be such a shame for a player of your quality to be in this country and not be playing. But I absolutely understand taking a break especially for your own personal mental health when you've gone through something like that. And as you say, that Alex has been a massive help for you as well. And as I said, all the stuff that's been going on with becoming pregnant and having a dog. I mean, no one actually understands how hard it is to get a dog until you get a dog. Yeah,
it's a full-time job. She's usually our alarm clock in the morning, and she's an unbelievable dog though. She's done incredibly well just with training and everything. Couldn't have asked. We kind of hit the jackpot with her, but yeah, she doesn't get her walk. She's a handful, that's for sure.
Yeah, mine's exactly the same. Mine can't walk too far these days. She's got 2 metal legs, so she can't go too far.
Okay, yeah.
And you managed to get quite a bit of travelling in as well while you weren't playing. You do get...
Yeah, it was a lot of travel this summer. I think started it off with my parents in Croatia. Beautiful country, absolutely loved it. And then my younger brother, he actually flew in for about 2 weeks. We went Norway. That's where some of our roots come from. So he really wanted to go out there, and I was more than happy to join him with that. So yeah, we did that for about 5 days. Really enjoyed it, and then went straight to Berlin from there for about 3 or 4 days, and then we hit Prague as the last stop. And yeah, really, really cool cities. I'm a bit of a travel nut myself, so I absolutely love it. And then Alex and I went to Turkey for about a week. Just beautiful, yeah. Really nice resort. We really enjoyed it. It was a good, I guess, mental reset holiday as well for everything. Just kind of took my mind off everything. So yeah, I absolutely loved that. And then she tagged along with me. We went back to Canada for I think I was there for about a month, and she came for about 3 of those weeks. So it was really nice to just be at home, see family again. Obviously, my aunt has 2 little ones, so really good to see them. And then some grandparents, great-grandparents, cousins, brothers, sisters. So yeah, that was a really nice trip. Definitely made, I think kind of everything with Chelmsford was going on in the middle of that trip as well. So it was definitely nice to just be at home, to have a few people to, bounce ideas off of. Obviously, everyone was quite upset with just how things were handled. I think it's just new territory for us. We've never really experienced anything like that or know anyone who has. So I was definitely grateful to, be at home through all that. It definitely made things mentally a lot easier. And then, we came back. And then when Alex and I found out that obviously we were going to have a kid, my mom flew into Paris for her birthday with my dad, and I ended up surprising them there and broke the news to them in person. So that meant a lot, just to, be able to give them a hug and everything. They were over the moon excited. So yeah, that was a really special trip. And then, been here since then. So yeah, a lot of travel. Yeah, it's been a lot this summer, that's for sure.
So when did Ben reach out then to get you onto the high road?
To be honest, I got to give Ben more credit than people would think. He started recruiting me, I think, in the handshakes last year. He would always throw a comment out, and I would just kind of laugh, like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then, obviously, him seeing Chelmsford hadn't signed me, he was reaching out probably every other week, and for the longest time, I was just putting him off. I had a lot of belief that Chelmsford was going to kind of come to their senses and ask me to return, so I didn't want to burn any bridges with them. So I waited basically the whole summer. I even waited probably a month into the season, hoping maybe somehow they would want me back. But yeah, obviously just didn't get the reciprocation I thought I maybe would have, and a bit of anger might have kicked in as well. And I think I called Ben up and I was like, all right, let's do this. So yeah, no, he was persistent all summer long. So I got to give him credit. We were keeping a rapport with each other for probably 4 or 5 months, honestly. Yeah. And then, December kind of queued everything up. I think I was getting sick of seeing all the updates online every weekend and not being able to be a part of it. So yeah, I think the juices started flowing again with the hockey. So yeah, made an easy decision in December. Obviously had a good conversation with Alex about it. It just made sense. I think she could tell as well. I was just itching to get back on the ice. So yeah, it's been good ever since.
Yeah, anything that keeps you mentally occupied, I suppose, because I mean, we're saying that dogs are hard, that, we won't lie, pregnant women can be quite hard as well.
Yeah, she's been a champ. I will give her credit. She's been above and beyond amazing with handling everything. So, yeah, very proud of her. And definitely the kid's he's a lucky one to have her as a mom. So, yeah, definitely hit the jackpot with her and the dogs. Yeah, very happy.
Well, I mean, obviously with your love of travel, your family connections basically across the world, I mean, could we see maybe 16, 17 years, a little Porter Hall on the ice in a UK hockey jersey?
Yeah, you never know. I guess we'll see how things go. I think for me, I'm not going to push sport on him too much. I think if he has a bit of my blood, though, he'll probably push it on me. I think I pushed it on my parents from when I could walk. I think I had a hockey stick in my hand, and they never pushed anything on me. So yeah, I'm sure he'll want to get up to something. If anything, I'll try and get a golf club in his hand before beat him to that. So we have something to do together.
Yeah, well, I remember, as you were saying before, when you're at home, you can only play golf for a couple of months of the year, really. So.
Yeah, no, I think my hands are. I think he'll probably fall in love with the game like I did. But yeah, no, it'd be an honor to see him skating around on the ice. Yeah, you never know. Might just see him buzzing around in one of these leagues 16, 17 years from now.
Is there many golfers at Streatham?
Yeah, actually more than I thought. We actually had a team event a few weeks ago. We all went to one of the sponsors. They run a golf simulator there.
Oh wow!
We were all there, and everybody was swinging the sticks. So yeah, it was quite good. It got a bit competitive, but yeah, we had a blast.
How do you find the simulated compared to the real? Because it's quite a big deal now. Like I think Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods are doing something with it, aren't they?
Yeah, I would love to do something like that. I just can't translate hitting off the mats to the grass. I just like hitting off grass more than anything. I find it kind of throws me off more than it does benefit me. So yeah, I'm not a big simulator fan myself. I more like to get out on the course and actually play it for real. So
who came out on top then on that team building?
I want to say it was Jeffy there. It might have been Ziggy. I can't really remember, but yeah, it was good. It was a good competitive little match.
So heading in towards the end of the season, obviously, I mean, the Streatham and Chelmsford played possibly one of the best games of the season that I've seen so far. A couple of weeks back, you warmed up, but you didn't ice during the game. You was having a bit of a rib injury.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. We were kind of doing everything we could to try and rehab it as quick as possible. I really wanted to get on the ice for that one. Just it's one of those injuries where you don't really feel it unless you're shooting, passing, or skating, which is probably the three main elements of a game. So just quite uncomfortable. I stayed on the bench as long as I could, though. I obviously wanted to be at least supporting the guys. But yeah, beyond proud of how they played. Obviously, the semi-cup final weekend didn't go the way we wanted, but I think we've really learned a lot from that, if that makes sense. And in some ways, maybe we needed something like that to happen because it's kind of reignited that hunger to win every trophy in this league and be the team that everybody hates. I think we've kind of owned that identity and absolutely love it. But yeah, we got to show up and play the best game every game. There's really no nights off being a Streatham Redhawk, and I think we got to really own that identity, and we kind of steered away from it for a few weeks, but it feels like since that weekend, it almost kind of snapped us back on track and was kind of what we needed subconsciously. So yeah, the game, I think it was about 10 days ago now or something like that. That was unbelievable to see. Obviously, JJ had a unbelievable night. I know how much he's loved in Chelmsford. So yeah, it was. I was happy for him. It was pretty good to see. He was quite happy after the game as well. But yeah, no, I think that game really showed a lot of character of what we have in the room, and even on the bench, nobody ever really stops believing on that team, which is something I think that we have to our advantage compared to most teams in this league. It's one thing I've learned to think about us is the only team that can really beat us is us. If that makes sense. It's weird, but it's definitely an identity. I think we've learned a lot more about this year compared to probably past years with that team. So yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, we don't have any room to slip up for the rest of the year, so we're revving up for it. And yeah, I think if all things stay on track, we'll have a really successful end of the year. It'll be a good one in Slough when we play them as well. I think we're all excited for that, but obviously we just can't get too ahead of ourselves. We had a good team meeting a couple weeks ago, just about taking it one game at a time, one period at a time, every 5-minute segments at a time, and just cracking on with it every night, and getting the job done.
Yeah, I think Paint's alluded to the sort of the psychological recharge that was needed after the Cup semi-final, and as you say, getting to the stage now where Paints knows you guys need favours. It's not in your hands anymore. You need favours from elsewhere.
Yeah.
That game on March the 1st, I would imagine, as you say, you've got to take it game at a time, period at a time. That's going to be in the back of all of your heads for the next week or so. Yeah,
it's hard not to think about that weekend. Obviously, we got to do everything on our side of things, outside of it as well, to keep the train on the tracks. But no, I've the utmost confidence in that group of guys. It's a really special dressing room to be in, and I think what's really benefited us is how close guys are off the ice, and even me walking into a team like that, obviously being on Chelmsford last year and doing everything I could to beat them. They accepted me with open arms from day one, and really made a close friendship with basically that whole team. It's a very tight-knit group, but they're also very accepting, even of someone coming over from Chelmsford. So yeah, it's been it'll be good. I'm quite excited for the end of the year to see how things all pan out. But yeah, definitely have the utmost belief in that group of guys.
Yeah, I mean, playoffs wise, we've all been getting quite excited about the Steel City Showdown that they've instituted this year. Is it something that the players are really excited about, the possibility of playing at that big arena in Sheffield in front of a full house?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that everybody's looking forward to. I think our mentality of it is kind of like I was saying, we're trying not to get too far ahead of things. We're just one weekend at a time, getting the job done. But yeah, I think it's a really smart move by the league to kind of get a few more games. And I remember last year we were kind of saying when playoffs ended, I kind of want to, I wish we had 2 or 3 more weeks of playing now, because it felt like things were just getting started with playoffs. So I'm happy they have added a few more games in this year to make it a bit more of like a North American style playoff season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say everyone's looking forward to the Steel City Showdown, but that game on March the 1st, we'll be bringing it to people on Hockey Night Live on YouTube, our sort of Soccer Saturday style show for hockey in the UK. So I'll be keeping everyone up to date through that. You've got Cardiff this coming week, I think, in a rearranged game. I think they couldn't get to you when the weather was terrible. They couldn't get out of Wales.
Yeah, I think that was right when I joined. They had to reschedule, or it might have been a week or two before I joined. They had to reschedule a game. I think there was a storm. Cardiff couldn't get to us. So yeah, we got them this weekend, and then just a one gamer. So hopefully the guys can get a bit of rest in, and then kind of get back. That's the one team I haven't played yet, actually, because they weren't here last year, and then I haven't played them since joining. So yeah, interested to see how they are and how it goes. Yeah,
excellent stuff. Well, mate, good luck for the rest of the season. Honestly, wishing you the best, despite the fact we're on opposite sides of it now. As I've always said, I've got so much time for everybody down at Streatham. They treat me really lovely when I get myself down there, and I think the way the league's kind of panned out this season, I think, as I said, despite the fact it's not really in your hands anymore, that game at Slough is just so pivotal. I think Paints probably prefers it this way, where it's a lot more competitive.
No, I agree, and I think that's something the guys have kind of reiterated as well. I think last year they knew they won, I think, by this time in the season, and it's kind of a weird feeling going into games, knowing in a way it doesn't really matter, it doesn't change a thing. But I think this will only kind of benefit us, having every game going into playoffs, basically being a playoff game. It kind of just builds that character ahead of time, and nothing changes once the real season starts afterwards. Yeah, absolutely. Well, as I said, mate, good luck for the rest of the year. Massive congratulations on all the personal stuff that's happened to you over the last 8 months. It's I'm honestly wishing you the best for all of that as well. No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You'll always have something to listen to when you're up late doing late night feeds. Yeah, exactly. Get the AirPods in. Damon Porter, thank you so much, mate. All right, cheers. Thank you. A massive thank you to Damon Porter for joining me there. It's
as soon as Damo was announced at Streatham, he reached out and he said he wanted to come back on and he wanted to get his side across. We haven't sort of really heard anything officially from Chelmsford as to why he didn't go back there. I would imagine we might hear something now. It might just be me personally that hears something, but I think it's something that the fans all kind of wanted to know, because a lot of the Chelmsford fans were expecting Damo to be re-announced at Chelmsford. So if we don't really know what it was, then sort of we have to just take it as we see it. But he's still a cracking fella. He's a cracking hockey player, and it's great to have players of his level playing in this country. And as I said to him, you know, all the stuff that's happened to him personally in the last 8 months, it just goes to show that sometimes, you know, you might come here thinking, I'll play hockey for a year and do this, and then your life changes completely. You know, you meet a partner, you have a baby, you get a dog. It's incredibly exciting times. And as I said, so appreciative of Damo. He always reaches out. He sort of enjoys doing the podcast thing, so it's always good to have the players that really do want to get involved in it. And they're, as all the players in this league have that have been on, they've been so open to it and really helped this channel kind of grow and provide that, as I always say, that digital legacy for the guys that are playing at this level. Well, thank you so much for listening. We've rocked out 3 episodes this week, so that's quite a busy week here at ZPG HQ. This weekend coming, of course, it is the Britain Cup final. Solent Devils, Chelmsford Chieftains. I'm going to be at both games before the game in Solent on Saturday. Hoping to get a little bit of time with both Alex Murray and with Lewis Clifford. Hoping to get a cheeky little face-off picture of the two of them together as well, which should be good fun. And then, of course, Sunday I'll be back at the Riverside, just spectating. Saturday night at Gosport, I think I can quite safely reveal, because I've checked on their website and that game is sold out in Gosport. I will be providing live commentary on the game on Twitter, on Spaces. So if you go to your Twitter feed, anyone you're following that's hosting a space, it will appear at the top with a little purple ring round it. It will basically be audio-only commentary. We'll be running it through the entire game. May well possibly have guest commentators coming onto it as well. I think Chico Cole might even be at the game that night. So that could well be happening. But that, if you haven't got a ticket and you can't get down to Solent, I will keep you in the loop. It will be play-by-play. It will just be like a normal stream, but it's audio only. So like listening to it on the radio. So we'll be bringing you that from Solent on Saturday night. And then, of course, we'll be doing the Twitter updates on Sunday from the Cup final. Second leg at the Riverside in Chelmsford. And the first silverware of the season will be handed out. Well, thank you so much for listening. Really have enjoyed having Damo on. I'll see you next time.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.